Milk chocolate, creamy caramel, and cookie dough flavored nougat. It's Mars Cookie Dough today on the candy aisle. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff, and today we are reviewing the Mars Cookie Dough. It took me a little while to get a hold of this, but I am excited to try it. So this bar came out, I don't know, almost a year ago, maybe? I think it came out. I think it came out around the beginning of 2023. So I'm reviewing this now, obviously, the beginning of 2024. But I'm excited to try this. It doesn't really matter when you're reading this. It's a specialty Mars bar, which are few and far between, let's be honest. In the Mars family, the Mars, Milky Way, Twix, there are, what's the other one? Snickers, I guess, obviously, right? Snickers? Snickers also by Mars? Thinking. I want to say yes. I believe it is. In the family of these bars that are all somewhat similar, especially Milky Way and Mars bars, which are like very similar, there are less specialty bars than you would expect. Well, actually, maybe that's not true. There are a lot of specialty bars. They're hard to find, though. Like, they really come and go, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, I don't know why I was able to find this, because usually, I have this sort of thing where, like, if I see a Mars bar or a Snickers that's like a specialty flavor, and I don't get it, I almost certainly will never see it again. So usually when I want to review something, I'll pick it up right away. And every once in a while, I walk away from something and I'm like, well, probably never see that. It was, what did I see the other day? Reese's peanut butter cup with the peanut butter puffs inside, like from the cereal. Yeah, I know. And I walked away. I don't think I'm ever going to see that again. But you never know. You never know. I mean, I'm sure that if that turns up again, I'm not walking by it. Anyway, this is a Mars bar. From your friends at Mars. This is a Mars Canada product, of course. And there's make sure to read the label here every time. Whatever. Yeah, we don't need to read that. Make sure you read the label. What is it? Caramel cookie dough flavored nougat and in French. Okay, yeah. So basically, you got your standard Mars bar fare. It's just that the nougat is cookie dough. That's exciting. Looks like a typical Mars bar. Got that delicious wavy Marsy pattern on the top. For Americans out there, Mars bar here is pretty different than the Mars bar there. Anyway, this is Mars bar. It's a pretty great bar. And if I were to compare I believe I did this probably years ago on the channel, like a Mars bar to a Milky Way, I think I would really pick the Mars bar, but they're super similar chocolate bars, really. Okay, let's give this a shot, huh? Looks good, smells good, probably gonna be good. Maybe, is it a little thinner than a classic Mars bar? Maybe. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So Mars bar, I think Mars bar is great in that the caramel is that nice gooey kind of caramel that I really like. Like, it's got a goo, it's got a pull. It's a perfect consistency. Slightly denser than your Caramilk bar, but not, but there's like more of it. It's less obstructed than you get in your Snickers bar. It's combined with a pretty fluffy nougat. I mean, I'm not saying Three Musketeers fluffy, but like it is a pretty fluffy nougat. Which I believe is classically just sort of a chocolatey, sort of a mild chocolatey sort of nougat, like a light, moussey kind of chocolate, right? And then the pairing, though, with the rich, like pretty high quality, I think, for a candy bar, outer enrobing of chocolate, it always makes for a really nice pairing. But I'd say in general with a Mars bar, The nougat is actually the least prominent. Like it's like the nice undertone that makes everything work. But the nougat is the least prominent element of the Mars bar. Even though I think also like sort of structurally and texturally, it makes a huge difference. So I would suggest here that for the most part, that's still the same. The outer chocolate layer and the caramel are actually still the stars of the show here. Oh, look at that pull. Whew, baby, that's good. Still the stars of the show, the caramel and the chocolate on the outside. This inner nougat is still fluffy. It's not cookie dough. It's cookie dough flavored, that's for sure. I actually was kind of hoping it would be a little thicker. It's not. And you know what would be great? Not to like second guess their design process, but you know, I'm about to. What would be great is if, obviously this is, you know, it's chocolate chip cookie dough, right? That's when they say cookie dough flavored, people mean chocolate chip cookie dough. I think what would be great is if the nougat had little chocolate, like micro little chips maybe of chocolate chip, like chips, yeah, chips, but little teeny tiny little chocolate chips in it. Wouldn't that be cool? Then it would be like, I don't know, kind of more, a little bit more like the cookie dough bites, I guess. Which I guess maybe, I don't know. To be fair, I don't know that those are the best candies, but this is very good. Does it like execute on the theme that it's trying to achieve? Yes, I guess. The cookie dough flavor is there, but man, is it subtle. Look, this is a really, really tasty chocolate bar. Any kind of Mars bar is a tasty chocolate bar. Like, legit, they are really, really good chocolate bars. And I think people forget how good they are. Because there's a lot of other options, you know, in the candy aisle or at your checkout stand. But, man, Mars bars are great. I don't think that this does enough to evoke cookie dough. Ultimately, like, it does achieve what it wants to do, but it doesn't do it very well. There's nothing that makes this stand out as like super cookie doughy flavored. Like, I think that if someone just handed this to you without the wrapper, you would like it. Of course you would. It's totally tasty. It's very sweet, very creamy. The nougat has a great consistency to it, actually, even though I said that I wanted it a little thicker. You know, I want things one way, and then probably if they were that way, I'd say I'd want it a different way. But that's my prerogative as the person reviewing, I suppose. I would just say, though, that, like, if someone handed this to you, you would like it, but would you even say, oh, yeah, that's cookie dough in there? I think you might, but you'd really have to be paying attention. If someone just handed it to you and didn't say anything, you'd probably just eat it and say, oh, that was a good chocolate bar. Because, like I said, the caramel chocolate mix, that's really the star of the show. And I think that maybe has always been the star of the show with Mars. And I don't think Mars would work without the nougat, obviously. Like, obviously caramel and chocolate work, but you know what I mean. Mars bar is that nougat, is a part of it, for sure. However, I don't know that this cookie dough flavoring speaks above the standard Mars bar. So if Mars bar is a 5 out of 5, this also is probably a 5 out of 5. But I think I might dock it just like a half point. We're going to give it a 4. We don't really do half points here, but we're going to give it a 4 because I don't know that it achieves what it's trying to do, right? So if you thematically... Like, this is still, taste-wise, probably a 5 out of 5 chocolate bar. It's great. But, like, with what they're going for, other than, like, I bought it because it was a weird Mars bar. Like, I guess from the sales side, they've done it. They win. But from a product execution side, I don't know. I don't think that this is enough, special enough to warrant like sort of saying that someone should go out and seek this out. So, I recommend going out and eating a Mars bar. They're great. I don't think that you need to rush out to try and find the Mars cookie dough, which is probably fine because, like I said, it's probably gone from shelves now. You'll probably never see it. So if you missed it, sorry. But, we always have this video. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments down below? Have you had this bar? Do you like it? Did anyone try the Twix cookie dough? I don't remember if I tried it. I was trying to look up details on when this bar came out, and I kept running across the Twix cookie dough chocolate bar. I don't know if I ever reviewed that or tried it. Anyway, let me know what you think of this Mars bar. Let me know what you think about Mars bars in general down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. So long.